오늘 새벽 곧 5시가 됩니다. 1시간 전에 일어나서 뉴욕타임즈 스크랩하고 읽어서 올릴 거 올리고 아침 독서를 좀 시작하겠습니다. 이렇게 스크랩을 해놓으면 책 군데군데 읽을 때 자동적으로 한 권씩 꼭 책 한 권씩 들어가듯이 이렇게 해서 이제 되니까 Leadership Secret. Why the change is needed. It's needed. You must prove why the current state is not good enough anymore. If you don't convince them of this, then implementation will be so much tougher. Improve your living space. Comfort and convenience will ease stress and add flexibility to your daily routine. Surround yourself with people who support your efforts and want to make a difference as much as you do. Parenting, from surviving to the thriving, building strong families in a changing world. And we long to know the joy of forgiveness and experience the opportunity to start over. The best solution is realizing that it's not something you buy off the shelf. Who's pulling your strings? How to break the cycle of manipulation and regain control of your life. The manipulators in your life may use 1, 2, or all 3 negative emotions to intimidate, coerce, and control you. But she felt drawn to Radha in Chilanti, where some of the most ethereal Chianti classicals are from. Love Psychology of Attraction, a practical guide to successful dating and a happy relationship. Be honest about it. Friends with an ex, the longer you keep it a secret, the more it'll seem like a big deal. Suggested as relief from global warming, we can show the world, look, there is a working solution. Take it, increase it to the necessary size. Teaching by Principles, an interactive approach to language pedagogy. To permit other learners to initiate treatment. No organization comprehensively tracks the number of law enforcement prosecution. Bipolar disorder for dummies. Expanding your treatment option in this chapter, exploring optional treatment for bipolar disorder. Choose vulnerable target. It's all lost if you want bone, drop dead gorgeous. The power of positive thinking. Believe in yourself and in everything you do. American Airlines, which opened a large catering facility in Fort Worth over the summer, works with the James Beard Foundation, a national culinary arts organization, to create menus in premium cabins. Why do women still wear stilettos? Why do women still wear stilettos while men get to wear sneakers with their shoot? Skin in the game. Hidden asymmetries in daily life. In Serbia, Croatia, and Lebanon, religion means one thing at times of peace, and something quite different at times of war. In quiet conversation and off the record. Of the record gatherings, Democratic officials frequently acknowledge their worries about Mr. Biden's age and the sagging approval ratings, but publicly they project total confidence about his ability to lead and win. Express yourself, part 1. Men and women. The traditional roles of men and women are changing. The past few years have seen a burst of fitness offerings for people who may have historically felt unwelcome in gyms because of their gender or racial identity, body size, or athletic ability, like pace-inclusive running clubs or gyms marketed toward LGBTQ communities. Shutdown. How COVID shook the world's economy. That was the blank mail. That big business exercised over the Democrats. This is the Texas Hill Country, a 31,000 square mile, 80,000 square kilometer area of rocky cast hills considered the threshold between the southeast and the southwest. The newlywed couple was at each other's throat. To be each other's throat. The effects of holotropic breathwork on the brain and mood have not been widely studied. Unscrupulous business method cannot survive anymore in the world. To be clear, I'm not particularly conversant in how to discuss the hardest subject with the adults, let alone a newly minted 14-year-old and 9-year-old sister. Joe Biden is too old to be president again. He beat Trump. Now we need someone to beat Trumpism. To rally them, however, is not enough for the administration to repeat the praise. Putin's price hike. Bible. There are 7,000 who have never bowed to Baal. Kim, who rose to stardom from the hit Netflix drama The Glory, is under fire for her real-life bullying during her school days. Seikoと失敗の法則。権利原則に立ち返って生きる。現代の日本で人間のあり方を示す論理や道徳などというと、いかにも時代遅れの寂しい考えだという印象を抱く人が多いかもしれません。You are made for more. Trust God's wisdom even when things don't make sense to your mind. The U.S. government calls them an invisible utility. Smartphones, cars, stock exchanges, data centers, and the country's industries rely on them for time, navigation, or both. Many countries have begun or are preparing trials of central bank digital currency. The U.S. should join in. The Tokyo Railways Company developed the line in the 1950s as the backbone. For the cities of suburban neighborhoods of single-family homes inspired by the leafy suburbs of European and American cities, places like Garden City, Long Island, or New York City suburb of single-family homes similarly developed along a commuter railroad line. Avoid retirement and stay alive. The new retirement of the revolution. Wealth is the sum total. Wealth is the sum total of all your assets, and this, simply put, are mental and physical health. After he grows up a little, I'll teach him English. He held back tears while, with a half-cocked smile, defiantly telling a doctor, I'm going to run a marathon. Third John. The third letter of John. Final greetings. I had much to write to you, but I would rather not write with pen and ink. That was clear, even in the final, even against a team of England's resolve and reputation. Gen Z is dropping the college dream. Colleges are finally lying in the beds they made for themselves. A change will help you recognize what's missing in your life. U.S. leads soft landing for global economy. Many nations experience receding inflation without widely feared recession. Instead, a number of economists said what is happening could owe something to policy design differences and something to luck. 10 powerful praises for positive people. When a son came up to me later, I knew of his achievement and could say, congratulations, I respected you. Times are changing. U.S. cities aren't. Conversion of buildings is increasingly difficult, but residents need a shift. But that idea died in the state legislature this spring, along with the rest of the governor's housing agenda. When we concluded no change was coming, it sold the property. Next level thinking. 10 powerful thoughts for a successful and abundant life. You wonder why you are negative, why you can't get along in the relationship, why you keep losing your temper. The power of affirmation and the secret to their success. I am courageous and strong. Manakoを閉じたとき、山椒は見えていましたか 多母殺鳥の結果を出せる時間術。忙しいのに時間がある人の共通点。少し前までかなりのベンチャー企業が儲けてなんぼという利益至上主義に傾きすぎていたと感じる。The Good Divorce. How to walk away financially sound and emotionally happy. During that period of silence, the father was still seeing his children on weekends and still coming to his estranged wife's house for dinner once a week. Love your neighbor as yourself. Galatians chapter 5 verse 14. The unwritten rules, the 6 skills you need to get promoted to the executive level. As you look for ways to increase your exposure to more senior executives, keep working to develop the leadership skills that relate to the 6 core selection factors. Matthew chapter 7. Whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock. 夢を叶える、不可能を可能にする、チリス型思考のバイブル。人はありとあらゆることはできません。ありとあらゆることをやる前に目的を達成してしまうからです。まだ自分から率先して行動している人のところに人が集まってきます。Men are like the whoppers, women are like the spaghetti, understanding and delighting in your difference. Reread Song of Songs 7. What is one way you can creatively let your spouse know you are interested in him? Change we can believe in. Barack Obama's plan to renew America's promise. Yes, that we can. Yes, that we can. Be anxious for nothing. The art of casting your cares and resting in God. The last 3 responsibilities. See to it that you complete the work you have received in the Lord. Colossians chapter 4. The gift for all people, sought on God's great grace. Watch closely. Watch closely. Dewa, 要件の先に済ませてしまいましょう。そうですね。提示される。That's especially so as you start to spend more and more time online. In which case juggling a multiplicity of selves and styles may start to feel less liberating than confusing, and the line between freedom of self-expression and disguise hard to pass. Having a father isn't always easy. As I was making enchiladas, yet another dinner that I anticipated my father not quite appreciating, I called my friend Tara and asked how I could keep taking care of someone who made me so angry. Crypto, houses, sneakers, and the FOMO economy. It's not just the price for high-end watches that soared during the pandemic. A grateful nation honors those who serve. Chapter 10. A grateful nation leave a legacy to its children.脳を最高に生かせる人の朝時間、長時間、頭も心もポジティブに。安全基準とは、つまりは安心して帰る場所と言えます。社内であなたが小さな時の心で行動できることはありますか？ The power of simple prayer, how to talk with God about everything, or if he asks for a fish, will hand him a serpent. The next America, boomers, millennials, and the looming generational showdown. The system's saviors will lead to seller retrenchment. Look for new ways to keep cool in cities. The world's cities were on the front lines this summer, and many are trying to get out in front of the weather. South of the Bronx. The South Bronx is best known as the home of America's most famous sports team, the Yankees or the Bronx Bombers. Why the case for limits is worth the hearing. Real help for insomnia, and no pills are needed. It can even be adapted for use in children. 仕事ができる人の特徴です。多忙な中、いかにして特徴の時間のひねり出し、本の内容を効率よく確実に頭に刻み込むか。頭がいい本の選び方、読み方、生かし方とは、読書しながら斬新なアイデアを生む秘策。 what obesity drugs and antidepressant. The more misunderstood the health condition, the more we moralize its treatment. How to think like a CEO. The 22 vital traits. You need to be the person at the top. Send out press release about your department as appropriate. The Don't Sweat the affirmation. The 100 inspirations to help make your life happier and more relaxed. I celebrated each tiny step of progress, inspired by self-discipline and integrity. Empty planet. The shock of global population decline. Unambitious reimagining of our demographic future. By now, we hope we've dismantled some myths about population growth. Battlefield of the mind. Devotional 100 insight that will change the way you think. The disobedience of unbelief. And that Elisha said to him, take the bow and arrows. Born for this. How to find the work you are meant to do. The rest of the 500-page paperweights are left sitting in the lobby until someone finally shows up to remove them, presumably to a landfill or at least a recycling center. The world is starting 2024 on an optimistic economic note as inflation fades globally and growth remains more resilient than many forecasters had expected. Yet the one country stands out for its surprising strength, the United States. Mercury rising. My best personal regard to you, and I hope we can successfully complete the manned orbit flight with no more delay.人生を豊かにするための古樹の言葉。名作映画が教えてくれる最高の人生の送り方。自分にとって大切なものを知る。Today's Gospel. Authentic or synthetic. Repentance and faith are Siamese twins. A sexual man. Yeah, the inequality in readiness between the sexes should really be seen as natural. However, it causes much discord in most marriages. Maybe the daughter-in-law and the son could hire a pet worker to come by the house when the mother-in-law brings her dogs. If you care about the journalism, local news, national news, international news, every warning light should be the blinking. Life code. The new rules for winning in the real world. I'll just take this task. Love letter to a season I never loved when darkness falls early now, but I don't fight it. 50 Success Classic. As Landers puts it, Britain had the makings, but that Britain made itself. God's final word, understanding revelation. In the words of the scriptures, the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. It's just enormously problematic. To rule out particular work, said App of the American Enterprise Institute, who had written favorably of the battles against critical race theory. Psalm chapter 23, a David psalm. God my shepherd, I don't need a thing. You have bedded me down in lush meadows. You find me quiet pools to drink from. True to your word. You let me catch my breath and send me in the right direction. Even when the way goes through desert valley, I'm not afraid. When you walk in my side, your trusty shepherd's crook make me feel secure. You serve me a 6-course dinner right in front of my enemies. You revive my drooping head. My cup brims with blessing. Your beauty and love chased after me every day of my life. I am back home in the house of God for the rest of my life. New York City Dancer Alliance. You didn't take my class to dissect your tendu. Daily guidepost. There's something in his eyes. こうあるべきをやめなさい。今ある悩みがさっと消える9つの思考パターン。愛では思い通りに変えられないか、変えようとチャレンジする価値はある。Master your debt, slash your monthly payments, and become debt free. Baby steps, save. Years ago, the best way to save for a child was by putting the money in the child's name. 독서革命。本の読み方で人生が思い通りになる。読むというより 選ぶ漢字に近づいと思ってください。人生が変わる特徴ステップ2、断捨離読み。いつ死んでもいい追い方。ある朝、冷たくなっていたというのなのか。まさに大往生である。知らぬが仏なり。やり方、方法、物事のやり方、考え方、考える時のやり方、読み方。釈迦に説法。表の意味。仏教を始めたお釈迦様に仏の道を教え聞かせること。裏の意味。一番よく知っている人に少し知っている人が教えるという愚かなこと。Chicken soup for the soul. Inspiration for the young at heart. 101 stories of inspiration, humor, and wisdom about life at a certain age. When you are on the water, you are having a blast. Why Mars and Venus collide, improving relationship by understanding how men and women cope differently with stress. Always wait 12 hours after calling a timeout to schedule a mass meeting to resolve a fight. And Landers 101. Keep one's marriage vows. Now he blames me for ruining his life. Heal your body. My life is sweet. College presidents face a non-stop demand to raise funds and constant pressure to weigh in on contentious issues. On Tuesday, Harvard's governing board said Dr. Gay had his backing to remain as president. Knowledge and power. The information theory of capitalism and how it is revolutionizing our world. The more government spend, so imply these Keynesian experts, the more revenues pour in to be spent. Atheist chaplain and inmate had faced death. Google killed Daydream VR in 2019, and Samsung announced the end of its VR content services in 2020. The eating and farming trend. The crux is that if current eating and farming trends continue, the world will clear land equal to at least 1.25 Indias by 2050. Do yourself a favor, forgive. Learn how to take control of your life through forgiveness. We encourage our children to grow up and become independent But the more we grow up in God, or the more spiritually mature we become, the more dependent we are to become on Him. I have a hunch that if we are to put this problem of attention at the center of what we are asking the humanities to do right now, we might find a huge appetite for the work of the humanities.勉強ができるちっち親の習慣。小4からの少し方で将来が決まる。どのような順調で解いていくのかを言葉で説明できれば、応用問題や中継の証明問題を解くときの大きな力となります。算数の解き方を会話で表現する。The stand-up guy. A is a cultural phenomenon in the UK, but she had yet to reach the same degree of fame in the US, even though her coming-of-age memoir, Everything I Know About Love, had spent weeks on the New York Times bestseller list and the basics of the TV series of the same name. 5秒であなたは直面できる明晰な頭脳は眠りながら作られる。風眠、眠り果ては人生を狂わせる。テレビで大人気の聴者が送る驚異的な能力アップと 100% 体力を回復する睡眠法。昔から眠りと頭は深い関係があると信じられて派でいた。What obligations do you have if your dog impregnated another? This doesn't mean your friend had to cover any cost the owner incurs. If she decides her dog's diet should be supplemented with caviar, she can't stick him with a bill from Petrosian. Pregnant. We go together. Your roadmap for success. You can get there from here. Plan to spend time with each of them during the coming weeks. Car market shed light on the cause of inflation. Supply of used vehicles recovering, but companies are used to higher profit. Demand continued to be strong, and the consumer appeared to be still relatively intact. 年齢は捨てなさい。かつても大金持ちが若い奥さんを持つケースはありましたか。多くはお金で買うという感じの結婚でした。シンプルに考える。だから僕はビジネスとは戦うことではないと思います。それよりもシンプルにユーザーのことだけを考える。 and in an average movie running time, running time, characters tend to get flattened down to caricatures, while this adaptation at least gives the man a little more humanity than previous version. They still come up as basically soulless monsters. Life span, why we age and why we don't have to. The short answer is no. Ultimately, ideally, these would be joined into networks that can send information between nodes, allowing them to be used from anywhere, much as cloud computing services from the likes of Google and Amazon make processing power widely accessible today. Too busy not to pray. When you pray that prayer, God will restore you. How well do you know your body? Take the quiz, the owner's manual, an insider's guide to the body that will make you healthier and younger. Stop a second and think about how many things you touch that other people have touched immediately before you. Think of the faucet, door handles, gas pumps, money machine, other people's hands. Republicans have also filed articles of impeachment against his boss, President Biden, as well as Secretary of State Anthony J. Blinken, Defense Secretary Lloyd, Junior Austin III, Attorney General Merrick B. Garland, and Christopher Wray, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation Director, while threatening them against Transportation Secretary Pete and Education Secretary Miguel. Artists have little to fear. Controversies over AI are going to put a lot of copyright lawyers' keys through college. 12 and help leveraging the emotional ingredients necessary for business success. There's no reason to fear. Change your brain, change your life. I was raised in a strong Catholic family. Coach yourself to success. Now, when a homeless person asks for money, I offer him or her a job sweeping street. There is no shortage. There is no shortage of dirty streets in Manhattan. Social media marketing, latest tips and trends. Rotate your ad every 1 to 2 weeks. Thank you, power. Making the science of gratitude work for you. He's a man of sense who does not grieve for what he has not, but rejoices in what he has. Mind-body prescription, healing the body, healing the pain. Though this the patient came to see me for his back, I informed him of the true nature of his knee pain, and he was able to solve both of the problems simultaneously. Stepping up. But that day, when I got back to our base, some of the kids led a cheer in Creole about how we had saved the day for them and given them hope. Stand strong. Ignatius told me I was forced to give up all my rational thinking and rely totally on God. How to win friends and influence people for girls. The secret to being popular and competent. As scary as it may seem, saying I was wrong and I'm sorry is the first step toward setting things right. When actions and words agree, the message is loud and clear. This is the slave servant approach to the God. Change your brain, change your life. When he heard what was going on with his sister, he insisted that she come to see me. Reluctantly, she came to my office. But Jesus faced his fear and refused to let it stop him from doing the will of God. Smart Talk, the public speaker's guide to success in any situation. Shut up, Ned. Managing your mouth, an owner's manual for your most important business asset. When you are asked an open-ended question, you must carefully think through what you are about to say. Propulsion moves past cabin trade flop, cabin trade flop with a new focus on improvement. Cut out by the in-laws who prefer ex-wife. When I came into his life, I was thanked for bringing him back into his extended family's life by some and by others. I was told they loved his ex-wife like family, and I was not welcome. Refuse to let someone's negativity ruin your plans. Mushroomed into. Mercantilism is the antithesis of globalization. Cisgender. The city needs the infrastructure that offers the relief. New York City tried once again under Mayor Michael Bloomberg's administration to build more restrooms, installing the first of 20 self-sanitizing automatic paid toilet in 2008. All the people were sort of lodged in the wrong places in the health and care system. If you are a woman, you get about 10 years to be taken seriously at work. God is just not fair. Finding hope when life doesn't make sense. Not long ago, I received this email from a woman who subscribed to my monthly email newsletter. Hi Jennifer, I'm not sure you'll receive this message. Grow the pie. How great companies deliver both purpose and profit. A professor may push for the hiring of a low-quality new faculty member because it's closest to her own research interest. Battlefield of the mind. Winning the battle in your mind. Chapter 18. Wilderness mentality number 3. Please make everything easy. I can't take it if things are too hard. A 20-something guide to getting together. A step-by-step plan for surviving your quarter-life crisis. The more directly you handle dating confrontation, the more clearly you'll be able to understand the feelings that come with dating, which, as we discussed, are basically hieroglyphics when you first start out. The power is within you. Growing up and getting old, be as understanding with your parents as you want them to be with you. Teaching English as a second or foreign language. Bilingual approaches to language learning describe the various bilingual models found at different levels: elementary, secondary, post-secondary, and adult education, identifying key instructional features and emphasizing the drive for quality instruction. Bilingual approaches to language learning. When you're telling you, resist that urge to contract your abdominal muscle in order to more quickly expel the load. Creating success from the inside out. Develop the focus and the strategy to uncover the life you want. I can tell you that it's nice to live comfortably and not worry about how expensive the restaurant's tab may be. But I let you in on a little secret. It's not the material things that make your life fulfilling and satisfying. Are we more addicted to shopping than we think? The first step to recovery is admitting that we have a problem. What it means to raise an American girl now, when progress no longer feels inevitable. Are you equipped to love your teenager effectively? Quality time, words of affirmation, gift, act of service, physical touch. Pause. Harnessing the life-changing power of giving yourself a break. You will likely discover it has benefits that you would not have predicted. どのぐらいで疲れるかを把握。長時間タスクにあたっては、まずは機械的に 연주 고훈 데이터 히도스노 메야스として時間を区切ることを推例しました。Thought for the day. How do my actions show others that I am following Christ? Prayer. That dear Jesus, give us strength and courage to follow you wherever you lead us. Amen. Boundaries before the marriage. In our experience, when someone hears the I love you, but am not in love with you line, it is time to get moving. The purpose-driven life. What on earth am I here for? Question to consider. What fears have kept me from fulfilling the mission God made me to accomplish? Can you drink the cup? When we do want to drink our cup and drink it to the bottom, we need others who are willing to drink their cups with us. Hard choices. Mubarak and I began the day by meeting separately with the Israelis and the Palestinians. E is for exceptional, the new science of success. Centeredness. The cyclone derives its power from a calm center, so does a person. Starting your day right. Devotion for each morning of the year. Choose the law of life and say, today I will enjoy a grace-filled day. Your best life now. Night devotion for living in your full potential. God sees your resolve. He sees your determination. And when you do everything you can do, that's when God will step in and do what you can't do. Second chance for your money, your life, and our world. They will make the fortunes, and quickly. The Lord comforts those who aren't the proud. A messenger says, build up the Lord, build it up, get it ready, remove anything that would keep my people from coming back. Marry him. It's about for making this mistake with the next guy. Rule your day. 6 keys to maximizing your success and accelerating your dreams. Keep your face at the set. You won't be able to keep them away. In much the same way as each of us create a vision for how we'd like to spend our power years, it can be enormously helpful to have some sense of what lies ahead and how to navigate the journey. Will our ride be smooth and easy, or will we encounter rough waters? What rough water? Maybe a troubled marriage, parents needing elder care, or a personal health crisis. When we hit the rough spot, will we be caught off guard, or will be prepared? Allow us to be your guides as you explore the best route down this challenging river. Here are some sample and interconnected action that can work wonders. The old universe will be destroyed and replaced with a new one. How to be your own best friend. Adults can be childish, just as the children can act very grown up. How to learn anything quickly. They will see the expression on people's faces. How to instantly connect with anyone. 96 are the all new little tricks for big success in relationship. Using the anonymous, they give your listeners the impression that you feel like a hopeless victim of the system. 弱気の心もそれと同じです。100%に人気が集まる理由。スリムな最後でニーズの変化に対応。Expert, understanding the path to mastery. Now I'm building my internal library of sensation and really getting to know my materials and tools. Financial freedom, a proven path to all the money you'll ever need. But the main reason that happened was because banks were giving too many mortgages to people who couldn't afford them. Stressless for women, calm your body, slow aging, and rejuvenate the mind in 5 simple steps. There are people who are in denial, who aren't the processing, versus most optimists, who actually think things are going to go well because they are pretty good at this. They have control. Don't sweat the small stuff at work. Simple ways to minimize stress and conflict while bringing out the best in yourself and others. I assumed the role was non-duplicable until recently when I was in a restaurant in Chicago. The Love You Deserve, a spiritual guide to genuine love. This led us to a place of great emotional well-being. The Confident Woman started today, living boldly and without the fear. That's because God never intended us to run from our enemies. Eat the cookie by the shoes, giving yourself permission to lighten up. Walking a long way is not difficult if you know when to sit down a while and the rest. That means M49 found that many young workers wanted to be in person, sometimes even 5 days a week, describing a sense of loneliness at home and an eagerness to jumpstart their careers. A handful even left the company in pursuit of more in office time. Updated chatbot takes a leap. It's exciting but still scary. He snapped a photo of a drawing he'd made in a notebook, a crude pencil sketch of a website.